Hi, I'm Diane Akey, and I'm a realtor with RE/MAX Classic Group of West Milford. The following session will give you a comprehensive picture of where we are and where we're going in the current real estate market. With access to the right information, this could be a great time to start building long-term wealth for yourself and your family. Contact me anytime at 973-271-3642 or email at dianeakey.com. Thanks so much, and I hope you enjoy it. Now, first of all, I am Diane Akey. I am a realtor with RE/MAX Classic Group in West Milford. I've been in the business for a little over 3 years, and I came into a market that was pretty much doing a nosedive, and has been doing a nosedive ever since. The reason that I wanted to do this is because I had a lot of people that were saying to me, do you really think it's a good time to invest? It's so bad out there, and I really realized that people don't have the information about what's actually going on right now. So I wanted to kind of put together just a nice overview of information, so that way it gives you enough of an idea to know what's going on and to know if maybe you want to know more about real estate investing. Real estate investing can mean buying your first house, can mean buying a second house, vacation house, or a straight investment property that you're going to be using for rental income. So I'm going to go over kind of the whole shebang just briefly. So where we're going to start, if you see on your little handout, on the little silver lining thing, it's those are the questions that I'm going to be answering, which is how we got here, where we are, where we're going, and why investing now makes sense. What are a couple options for safer investing, because they all run some amount of risk, and the types of transactions that you're likely to run into when you are buying now. Now, how we got here to begin with, in short, is because of 9/11. Now, the regular real estate market is always going to go up and it goes down. And it's got a pretty regular rate, and that's what it's always done, and that's kind of what it's always going to do. But the problem came in was that when 9/11 hit, the market was at the top of its upswing. And it should have started its correction at that point and started to come back down. But after 9/11 hit, the government panicked, dropped all the interest rates, and made housing affordable again, where it was, really should have started to be unaffordable at that point. And then they got really creative with the lending practices because nobody could afford to buy anymore, which was the no documentation loans, the ARMs, and all the other things that brought us into this mess. So rather than it starting to go down, it just kept going up. So that's why we're on such a steep decline now, is because when you're coming down from here, it's going to seem a lot harsher than when you're coming down from here. So what's going on right now is actually something that needed to happen to make housing more affordable, because buyers were priced out of the market. Nobody could buy anymore. So that is how this happened. And the official turn in the market, when it went from the going up to the starting to go down, was in September of 2005. And that I got from Jeffrey Otto, who's a really great guy who studies the New Jersey real estate market. You can check him out at auto.com. I couldn't print anything out because it's his information, but he's got a lot of facts and figures and graphs and stuff that show what's going on. Where we are now, we have a massive amount of unsold inventory on the market, which has driven the prices way, way down by the competition. Right now, once again by Jeffrey Otto, and I've practiced this so it does work, we are comping prices with new listings with 2003 prices, which means the market's gone 5 years backwards. Now from a buyer's perspective, that's phenomenal. If you're buying on a swing where it's 5 years behind, obviously your risk is going to be a lot less than when you're buying when the market's been going up for a very long time. Right now, a lot of the stuff isn't selling because even the people who do have the money to buy are very anxious about what's going on, so they're not making their decisions. So the lack of the buyers in the market, and on top of all the sellers who have been trying to sell in the market going down, is what has created everything that's going on right now. Now, where it's going to go from here. Now, the next big trend that is something that's pretty new is that, it always used to be that, the family houses in the nice neighborhoods with the good school systems kind of the most desirable houses. The biggest change that's going to be happening within the next couple of years is there's going to be more people who aren't as concerned with those things in the market than people who are concerned with those things. Because there's a lot of people who are living older and their kids have already moved out. They have these family houses, they want to sell. They want something that's going to be easy for them to maintain, something small, in really good commute locations. They want places that they can walk out their door and go to the supermarket down the street without having to get in their car and drive. At the same token, you also have the new generation of people in their late 20s and early 30s where they're not getting married anymore and they're not having kids at the same age that they were. So to them, their school systems aren't as important. Same thing, they are also going to be really concerned with the affordability of their housing and how easy it is for them to commute to places. And are there restaurants around by me? Are there shops around by me? So the semantics of the desirable areas are going to change pretty dramatically. So all the rail locations, all the places that have the trains that go to the city are going to be much more desirable, and that's going to be the really big up-and-coming kind of areas. So obviously that's a bit of speculation, but it makes sense when you look at the numbers, because that's probably what's going to be happening. And the other thing is, clearly everybody has noticed a trend towards the green movement. Now, with everything being as hard as it is right now, people have gotten a little bit away from that because they've just gone into survival mode. They're trying to make sure that they're paying their bills. They're not overly concerned about spending more money on things that are going to be eco-friendly. But when we do pull out of this, because we will, that's something that's going to be a very big trend. So I think that if people have the 5 to 10 year sight now, if you buy a house at the price that we have now, which is going to be untouchable then, and you can put the money with a little bit extra in to do the energy efficient, low maintenance kind of building, then when the market does turn, you're already going to have the ideal house on the market. And I do think that when it turns, that those are going to be the main houses that people are looking for. And also from a standpoint now, if you did this and you are thinking about renting it out, well, if it's low maintenance and energy efficient, then your tenants can't really screw up too much. So it's going to be a good thing even for the duration of that amount of time. Okay. Why investing now makes sense. It is much, much safer to invest in a market that's been going down for 3 years. People have a tendency to invest when everybody else is investing, but that's really the worst time to invest. Right now, since not a lot of people are,